Okay, guys, I am here with the legendary battle review of Power Rangers Super Megaforce, the finale of Super Megaforce, which overall I actually think was a good episode. Its biggest problem is the finish, is the ending, but I will say this here. Technically, this is a team-up episode, and the one thing a team-up should never do is undermine the current Ranger team. If you would have had the legendary Rangers throughout this entire episode, you would have been undermining the current Rangers. So we can't really do that. But I'll get to that later. This episode opens the same way, basically a recap of last week's episode. And the actual episode opens with the town's in shambles, and the legendary Rangers are basically helping out the town. Carter, Dana are doing their jobs on high-speed rescue, firefighter, and paramedic. Leo is rescuing some kid's dog, the kid's name is Danny, and they have Leo say nice names. Okay, I don't know why Leo would be saving a dog, but since his name is Danny Slavin, it's nice that they put that in there. TJ and Cassie are rescuing people in an elevator. I don't know how that plays into when they were Rangers, but then we see a car that is just dangling precariously over like a bridge with just one kid in it. No parents. Where did the parents go? Did the parents just say, hey, little Jimmy, or whatever your name is, we need to go smoke. Just wait here and somebody will help you, or where were the parents? This is really bad parenting to abandon your kid in a precarious dangling position over a bridge in a car. Anyway, apparently Tommy jumps down from the overpass onto the roof of this car, and he saves this kid using Saba, which I guess he still has. I don't know why he'd still have Saba, but hey, if he still had it, why didn't he use it in Dino Thunder or Forever Red? And Wes, Damon, and Corone are in a dark tunnel somewhere, and all that. It's safe to assume, by the way, that all legendary Rangers do an off-screen morph, which I'll get to in the end. The town's wondering if the Rangers really are destroyed, so the Rangers know that they have to fight without their Zords and all their other stuff. So they morph while the Armada is attacking the city to take it over. They destroy Mavro's general. Troy and Orion go off to fight Mavro in his spaceship using the ship that Orion had. Noah, Jake, Emma, and Gia are fighting the X-Borgs in the city, and I guess Noah's the leader of it because he's had the most leadership potential through the season. Using the ship, Troy and Orion get into Mavro's ship. They use the controls of his ship to make his ship destroy all the Armada's fleet. And then they destroy Mavro by overloading the computer circuits, which allow them to destroy Mavro. They go legendary in space, red and silver, use the Galaxy Gliders or whatever those things are. No, wait, the Galaxy Gliders are in space. I don't know what the Galaxy Gliders are all off Galaxy, so I don't know what those things were. But it's whatever they used. And they get back to the team. Then they see 1,000 X-Borgs come. And we see every team of MPR to Samurai show up, which brings up a lot of theories, and I'll get to that. Let's assume, for the sake of this, okay, that the MPR Rangers are the original Rangers minus Trini. So Jason, Zach, Billy, Kimberly, and Aisha. Let's assume for that moment here. That's them. The Zeo Rangers are Kat, Tanya, Rocky, Adam, and Tommy, who I guess his powers can take on a mind of their own because of the Fighting Spirit episode. So let's assume with that here. The Turbo Rangers, let's just say, are those robot Rangers that Demetria made for Turbo, plus Justin. Okay, so let's go with that. The other Space Rangers are obviously Andros, Carlos, and Ashley, and Zane. And the rest of them don't need to be explained. That's the best explanation I can give you for it. Okay, that's the best explanation I can give you. It's probably... Keep in mind, this is Sentai footage from the Battle of 199, so... And in Sentai, they're different Rangers anyway. They're not played by the same actor every season. So... That's just Sentai footage. But the Legendary Rangers are leading the way and they take their helmets off. Wes gets a line, Cassie gets 2 lines, Tommy gets 2 additional lines, and the rest of them don't do anything. It makes me wonder, was there some kind of additional footage shot for this episode? Was this episode meant to be longer, and is there missing footage? Because there's missing footage. Can Saban please release it in the DVD of this? When Shout Factory releases the Super Samurai Megaforce, and Super Megaforce DVD, can they please put the missing footage in here? Because honestly, there must have been some missing footage here. Because why would Mike, Emily, Damon, or Corone, why would any of those actors bother flying to New Zealand for a 5-second for a cameo and when they don't even talk and have a line of dialogue unless there was some missing footage in this episode? The finish is the problem with the episode, but the Legendary Rangers and the Rangers fight off the X-Force. The Legendary Rangers, I guess, teleport back to wherever they came from. I don't know. And then the other Rangers celebrate. And we get a preview of Dino Charge, which I sadly could not pick up my DVR because I said it'd go right off at 8:30, and I didn't want to go into SpongeBob. So I didn't want to go into SpongeBob to get it. So, like I said, all in all, I think this is a good episode. It's just the ending needed work. The ending should have been better. I think the Legendary Rangers and the Rangers should have fought Mavro, and just the other Rangers took out the X-Force. That would have been better. That would have been better, because Mavro would have been a villain worthy of fighting, of having all the Legendary Rangers together. Mavro would have been a better choice to do this with, himself and not X-Force. But you also, I don't think that the Legendary Rangers needed to be all over this episode either, because as it technically is a team-up episode, granted, there are better ones, but as a team-up episode, you don't want to undermine the current Rangers. Okay, you want them to do most of the work. Okay, if the Legendary Rangers had done a lot of this stuff, you know, they would have been looked at more as the heroes than the Megaforce Rangers. So, I will say, yes, the finish needed work, but I actually thought the episode was rather strong minus the finish. I actually think the last few episodes of this season were actually fairly good, actually. I thought that once we got into the final story arc, I actually thought Super Megaforce actually got really good. Rack is Back was a fantastic 2-part episode. Shows you that Power Rangers, when they try, can still put on good episodes. Now, granted, is the future of this franchise going to depend on Dino Charge and how they do in 2015 and 16? Yeah, it probably is. But if Dino Charge is good and its toy sales are good, you could get other stuff. And if the MMPR movie reboot and coming out in 2016, if that does a lot of box office, that could help the series. So there's a lot of things that could help this series in the long run. So I'm going to wait for Dino Charge. I'm going to watch Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge. It'll be in my Power Ranger review series. But SPD will be done when I'm done with it. It probably won't be done till sometime in December because I haven't watched this too yet because I'm having other stuff I want to do. So, if you like the video, hit the like button down there, hit the subscribe button down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Come on now.